JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, Zozo will not be discontinued in Denham Town, PM says. Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the security forces will not surrender the Denham Town community in Western Kingston to criminals, amid an increase in confrontations between members of the security forces and residents in recent weeks.
The Denham Town Zone of Special Operations, which I intend to visit that zone of special operations and meet with the citizens there. I'm trying to put together in my diary the time to do that, because I know it will be a long and extended visit when I do go there. But we have had challenges there, and we have had challenges for a long time with the community. I know that the residents want peace. And when you talk to them quietly, privately, as we say, one away, they will tell you that they just want to live in peace. It is really sad what is happening there, where it is obvious that there are attempts to challenge the security forces, and the security forces in their response and in their conduct sometimes would have gone over and beyond what is expected of them in the use of force on our citizens. So I have had several discussions with the Chief of Defense Staff and the Minister of National Security, and we are monitoring this very closely. We have given certain instructions about the conduct of the security forces in those areas, and we expect that those directives will be properly and thoroughly executed to ensure that we preserve life and enhance the security of the citizens, which is what the zones were designed to do. Having said that, I just want to reinforce that the government of Jamaica will never in any way empower our security forces to abuse our citizens. I want that to be absolutely clear and understood. And I think everyone who wears a uniform and is under oath to serve and protect must understand that directive of the government.
His comments come against the background of two widely circulated videos on social media that show Jamaica Defence Force JDF soldiers assigned to the Zozo within the community in apparent standoffs with residents. Human rights lobby group Jamaicans for Justice yesterday said it was deeply troubled by incidents in Denham Town. In one instance, a man and woman seen in a tussle with a soldier being later detained. In a second video, a woman who was said to be pregnant was captured confronting a soldier before being pushed and kicked by another JDF member. Tensions have been running high in Denham Town since a controversial shooting of 32-year-old Orrin Glenn by a JDF member on April 16. The Independent Commission of Investigations is investigating the incidents. Residents of Victoria Town protest mob killing of community member. The police in Manchester are investigating whether the mob killing of a man in Mandeville on Friday arose from a case of mistaken identity. The deceased has been identified as Chieftain Campbell of Victoria Town in the parish. According to the police, about midday, Campbell was walking on Manchester Road when he was accused of stealing money. Arising from that, he was set upon and beaten. The police intervened and took Campbell to hospital for treatment. He died sometime after 5 o'clock. Residents of Victoria Town in South Manchester blocked roads leading to the town square Saturday morning to protest Campbell's killing. The residents claimed Campbell was conducting business when he was robbed. They said the real thieves caused the mob to attack the man they described as a community icon. Peter Gay Campbell, a local political activist, described Campbell as a nation builder who was vital to his community, serving as a member of the school board, among other public contributions. "This is a moral atrocity," she exclaimed, adding that Campbell was respected by the entire community. She is calling for a full investigation into the circumstances surrounding his death. Another resident of the community, Audrey Pinnock Goss, said Campbell was a decent citizen. "From that man born until now, I don't know if him been a criminal. He's a decent citizen, just buried his mother about a month ago," she said. "It is so saddening to see how them beat him and kill him. Mr. Campbell don't deserve that death," she added. The residents are demanding justice and have threatened to take their protest to Mandeville if their concerns are not addressed. Man charged with months-old murder. A man has been charged with the June 23, 2021 murder of 46-year-old Danville McKinley. Charge is 24-year-old Peter Cooper, otherwise called Pete, of Paradise Court in Kingston 12. Reports on the Denhamton police are that about 8:40 a.m., McKinley was chased by Cooper and another man along West Road in Kingston 12 and stabbed multiple times. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Cooper was apprehended by the police on Monday, May 2, 2022, and later charged with murder. Munga charged with assault and illegal possession of firearm. Detectives in the St. Andrew South Division have charged 39-year-old Deron Shand, otherwise called Munga, with assault of common law and illegal possession of firearm following an incident in his community on Sunday, September 26, 2021. Reports are that about 9:20 p.m., Shand, who is from Corville Gardens, Kingston 20, approached another man, pulled a gun, pointed it at him, and threatened him. The man fled and escaped without injury. Following months of investigations, Shand was arrested and later charged after a question and answer interview on Friday, April 29. Search still on for Walters matriarch. It has been 18 days since 68-year-old Beryl Walters was washed away in flood waters in Montego Bay, St. James, and the St. James Municipal Corporation is entering the final phase of its search effort to locate the elderly woman who has been feared dead. Speaking yesterday, Montego Bay Deputy Mayor Richard Vernon said that the search will continue this weekend to find Walters, who was swept away along with her 12-year-old granddaughter, Janelle Walters, when their family car got washed into a gully at Westgate during heavy rains. Walters' husband and their adult daughter, who were also in the car, were rescued shortly after the mishap. However, Janelle's body was yet recovered near Montego Bay's cruise ship pier. We have not called the search off. We have one more thing we need to do, to clear out a section of the exit of the river, where the river meets the sea run by the offices of the Urban Development Corporation, and then we'll decide from there what we're doing afterwards, said Vernon. Once we clear that up, we will reconvene a follow-up meeting to one that we had earlier with the Emergency Operations Center, and we'll make a decision from there. By Monday, we should have a finalized update, Vernon added. If we do not see any sign of anything, we have to call it off, and we can't do anything about that, he explained further. We want to be satisfied that we have done enough, and the family will, hopefully, be satisfied we have done enough to resolve the situation. For several days following the April 19 mishap, extensive searches were conducted of the Montego River area in an effort to find Walters. Relatives and members of the Mount Salem Seventh-day Adventist Church, where Walters was a member, also conducted their own search of the river. So too did representatives of the St. James Municipal Corporation, the Jamaica Constabulary Force, and the Cornwall Bar Association. Poor infrastructure and a lackluster garbage collection system were blamed for the flood conditions that led to the tragedy. In the meantime, Vernon gave assurance that assistance will be given to the family members if they should need help making funeral arrangements for Janelle, who was a grade 7 student at Montego Bay High School. A date has not yet been announced for the service. We have given the commitment to the family members that, if there is anything we can do to help them, we'll see how best we can help them. There is no barring us from giving that type of assistance, and it is highly likely that will happen once they reach out to us, said Vernon. It all depends on how the family wants to deal with the situation, but our commitment to the family still stands. Christine Gilbert, Janelle's mother, has announced her intention to launch a foundation in memory of the daughter to help less fortunate Jamaicans in education and health care. Jamaica reports 147 new COVID-19 cases, 2 more deaths. Jamaica and Friday reported 147 new cases of the COVID-19 and 2 virus-related deaths in the last 24-hour period. This brings the total number of cases recorded on the island since the start of the pandemic to 130,934 and the death total to 2,975. Of the newly reported cases, there were 88 females and 59 males with ages ranging from 13 days to 70 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 33, St. James 29, St. Anne 26, St. Catherine 25, Westmoreland 13, Hanover 6, St. Elizabeth 4, St. Mary 3, Trelawney 3, Clarendon 2, Manchester 2, and St. Thomas 1. Meanwhile, the latest fatalities are a 59-year-old woman from St. Catherine whose death was recorded in November 2021, and a 71-year-old man, also from St. Catherine, whose death was recorded in March 2021. According to the latest statistics from the Ministry of Health and Wellness, the country also recorded 128 new recoveries, bringing the total number of recoveries to 84,278. The country's positivity rate from the latest batch of testing is 18.4%. There are confirmed 1,162 active cases on the island. Approximately 43 patients have been hospitalized, 2 of them critically ill. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.